Natalie Portman is making headlines at the Sundance Film Festival, not just for her latest film, but for a blistering denunciation of U.S. immigration and customs enforcement.
What Trump and Kristi Noem and ICE are doing to our citizens is, and to undocumented people is outrageous.
The Oscar-winning actress is calling recent events involving ICE the worst of humanity, as protests erupt nationwide following the reported deaths of 2 civilians in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Of course, we're at, unfortunately, a horrific moment in our country with the federal government attacking civilians.
The Sundance Film Festival is currently underway in Utah, drawing A-list stars, filmmakers, and industry insiders for premieres and panel discussions. But this year, the celebration of cinema is unfolding against a tense political backdrop as immigration enforcement actions in the U.S. spark outrage, grief, and protest.
Call an ambulance, please. Call an ambulance. Please, we're all people. I'm not in the way.
In recent weeks, ICE agents in Minneapolis have come under intense scrutiny following 2 fatal incidents. On January 7th, a woman identified as Renee Good was reportedly shot inside her car. Then on Saturday, January 24th, 37-year-old VA nurse Alex Preddy was killed in the street. Both deaths have been linked to ICE operations, according to activists and protest organizers, triggering demonstrations across the country and renewed criticism of federal immigration enforcement.
Shut it down!
Shut it down! Shut it down!
The eyes of the whole country, of the whole world are on us.
While some celebrities have remained silent, others have spoken out forcefully. Singer Billie Eilish recently criticized public figures for not using their platforms, and at Sundance, several actors made it clear they were unwilling to stay quiet. Natalie Portman, who was promoting her new film, The Gallerist, at Sundance, addressed the issue directly. She said she was grateful to be celebrating film, but added that the moment felt deeply conflicted. Her language grew sharper as she slammed U.S. President Donald Trump and condemned ICE. She got emotional while expressing horror.
Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional because it's really been, it's such a horrible day. It's been a horrible week, and it's very joyful to be at a film festival and in a creative community celebrating film together. But what is happening in our country is just obscene, and what Trump and Kristi Noem and ICE are doing to our citizens is, and to undocumented people is outrageous and needs to end. I'm very moved by all of the people coming out and supporting each other in community and showing the best of America, really being like incredible neighbors and citizens. But it's just too much. It needs to end.
This isn't the first time Portman has taken a public stand. She has long blended activism with her public appearances, particularly on human rights issues. She was seen wearing pins reading "ICE Out" and "Be Good," the latter widely interpreted as a tribute to Renee Good. On Sunday, January 25th, a protest titled "Sundancers Melt Ice" took place on Main Street in Park City. Organizers described the event as a 10-minute respectful memorial for Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Footage obtained by Deadline shows participants holding up their phones and chanting, "Love melts ice."
To make sure we can shut it down for real this time.
Actor Elijah Wood, best known for The Lord of the Rings, was among those participating. As Sundance continues, the divide between celebration and protest remains stark. For stars like Natalie Portman, the festival is no longer just about film. It's a platform for confrontation, grief, and political reckoning. And as the debate over ICE intensifies, Hollywood's role in that conversation is becoming harder to ignore.
I mean, I'm horrified by this string of murders that we are somehow legitimizing and normalizing. And I think Americans are all horrified. I think it's insane and hideous. And I think it's appalling. It's really difficult to be here and to be celebrating something so joyous and beautiful and positive when we know what's happening on the streets. Americans are out on the streets marching and demanding justice, and we're there with them. And if we can do anything with our platforms, we can speak out and demand that ICE get out.
I love Minnesota. I feel very connected to it. My mother is Minnesotan. Some of the most amazing people I know are from Minnesota. I stand with them during this unimaginable time. And I've already said this today, but it's how I feel. So apologies for being repetitive. I've never been so proud to be an American. Seeing how communities and my friends and strangers are coming together during this time, and I've never been so ashamed to be an American, seeing what our government is doing. So that sums it up for me. And again, sorry for saying that again, but that I think sums it up for myself.
It's insane that I mean, the military and what's being done, perpetrated on the citizens of this country. I don't know. It's a total mess. But if you think about how do you contribute? How do you contribute to the general? Your existence in the world is to somehow. Maybe in this instance, we're telling stories. We're making people laugh in one room together. We're not isolated. I don't know. I was at a film last night, John Wilson's The History of Concrete, and it made me feel less crazy that I was in this room laughing at the same jokes that all these other people who look like they're from all over the place were laughing at. And I was like, yeah, we're all still here. So I don't know. Maybe there's that. It's not an immediate solution to that situation in Minneapolis, which is a disaster, and we need to keep talking about it, and it needs to be stopped. And I mean, any job where, the fact that these people wear masks, this is a job where you have to wear a mask. What is that? I don't understand that. I still don't understand how it's acceptable that a member of a quote unquote police force or a border patrol needs a mask to go to work because of what might happen to him if he's identified. What does that say about us?
What's going on in Minneapolis right now is horrific. And you can see it's the attempt of authoritarian cabal trying to take over the country. That's what it is. But it's also state-sponsored violence. And in that, it kind of it connects to this film. Because let's not forget that the man who assaulted Salman, that's the tail end of state-sponsored violence.